It was such a game. Kurusha hivi mwanaume at Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to yet another week's video. So my name is Tanya. If you're new here, hi, welcome to my channel. Please do subscribe and turn on the notification buttons to be notified every single time that I decide to shoot and upload a video. So this week's video is going to be, oh wait, fast. And if you're a returning subscriber, hi there, hey beautiful, hey handsome, hey hey. So thank you so much for everyone who's been showing me love on my previous videos, my previous two videos. I really appreciate it. And then so let's jump right into this week's video. This week's video is a story time on childhood experiences and childhood memories that I've had that I think stick out to me the most, because sometimes I feel like we don't really remember much of our childhood experiences. So like I can't remember like the age between me being one and me being in like class 3. I can't remember that entire period of my life. Literally, I don't even I remember nothing about it. But now, like from class 3 onwards, when I was in class 3, hata siwezi anza count because I'll be lying to you if I say I remember what age I was. So like from class 3 onwards, and I think my memory was more adapted to like remembering things. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be sharing today. My childhood experiences, some which are funny, some which are like really like oh. And I hope you enjoy this video. So let's jump right into the video. One of the memories that I remember when I was younger was eating ice. I don't know if kids of nowadays would understand how ice was such a fundamental part of our upbringing back in the early 2000s, and even like in the 90s. Kids, I think they also had ice, maybe, probably, I don't know. So when I was growing up, we personally used to sell and make ice, and ice was I really hope I get this picture. If I don't get them from the internet, I don't know how I'll be able to explain to generation. Okay, we are all in the same generation. I would be able to explain this to like my younger cousins and stuff. So ice was in a um plastic paper, and then it was basically just water with added color and then with sugar in it as well. So my dad used to make them, and then we would make so many of them. You see these big sufurias that cook food in functions? That's where we would store the ice, and then we were so cheeky, we would end up like tasting them. And then it was like a whole deal because that's money, because ice used to be sold for I think 1 bob or maybe 5 bob. I can't remember the prices. So like eating that ice, kuimumunya na hiyo karatasi, like it's ice, so you're trying to get all the sugar and everything. That was a nice childhood experience. That was so nice. And then we also used to make now like our own specialty where we used to make ice made of milk. Don't ask me to explain how we did that because it was not me who was making me. I just knew we used to sell them, and then money comes back, and then like advertise for your parents, and that's all I know. So ice, it used to be in a plastic bluish cup, smallish cup. It was not so small, but it was a small round cup. And then the ice would be made of milk. We would add flavoring. Ah, that one was for the rich ones, because the other ice, oh, my nails looking cute. Because the other ice that we used to make for the papers was very cheap, was like I think 10 bob or maybe 5 bob or maybe 1 bob, and that cash was a lot back then. So now with this ice one with the milk, let me tell you, that one was expensive. That one you needed to have some bit of money, and they used to go. So I really miss those things. I see them selling them nowadays, but I'm so like mi naziamini kweli hizi za siku hizi. Maji inaweza kuwa imerokotwa pahali, but no shade. So yeah, so ice was one of those childhood memories that are very clear in my mind because I can still feel the taste to date. Ah, yes, yeah. Ice was one of those memories. And then something else our parents used to do when we were growing up. So like we used to go for back then when I was still in school, it's not like nowadays where schools close at the beginning of November. When I was in primary school, we used to close like end of November, beginning of December. So um the minute we used to close school, let's say we close school on the Friday the 24th of November. This is just a random date. Friday the 24th of November. I swear. Our parents used to take us to Shags on Saturday the 25th of November. Hata hakuna kubreathe hewa ya Nairobi. The next day you would be in Shags in Machakos, and then back then Machakos was so underdeveloped. It's not like now where I can go to Shags, we have electricity, we have what else do we have now in Shags that wasn't there? We are all grown up, we have our phones, we can decide we don't want to go to Shags. Nikiwa mtoto haikuwa option, and I keep telling my cousins how you're born in such a grateful, you need to be so grateful because sisi wenye tulikuwa tunalalishwa ushago. I was telling them the other day, imagine now if you were in class, you were a child and corona was there during our times, na ati Matiang'i aseme ati shule zinafungwa 31st of March. My parents on that 31st of March wakitukujia shule, it is from school to ushago, and then tungekujiwa one day before schools reopen back in Nairobi, and it was such a sad time because akukuwa na stima ushago. All we used to do in ushago was play with kalongolongo and play cha mama and cha baba with your siblings, and you're all related, and eat githeri. So my brother, I'm sure he's like, why the hell would you tell people this? My brother doesn't like githeri. And my brother doesn't like githeri for a fact that when we were growing up, being in Shags, we ate so much githeri and mudokoi. Because in Shags, back then, equati, mneza beba, you know, nowadays when you go to Shags, we can carry Indomie and go make it for lunch. Or we can have rice, you know? Or we can have, what else is a bit fancy? Meat. And we can have chapati for chapati was Christmas food. Not really Christmas food because my mom was also like a chefy. But I swear funny things happen in our neighborhood. Where? Mimi karibu nikimbie. Nilidhani ni Al-Shabaab wamefika. But I think it's just the lights or a tire or something. Such. So like growing up, tulikula kigitheri na mudhokoi. If you're a Kamba, you know mudhokoi is mudhokoi. So for us, it was lunch every single day. Apart from maybe shosho yangu ajisikia kona in good moods that tupike mchele or something like supper remains from the previous night, so we have to eat it for lunch. That's the only way we would even githeri. So great. Now alikuwa nakula githeri, and then he was such a small boy back then. So when he eats githeri, because he doesn't like it, even if it's with blue band, he takes some of it and then anaificha chini ya kitanda, like beneath the mattress, not chini ya kitanda kabisa kwa floor, chini ya mattress, so that my grandmom doesn't come and find it. Or he throws it behind like the garden. We used to have like, okay, like behind the bedroom windows, you can throw food there. But my grandmother was so clever because alikuwa anaenda huko nyuma, and then she's like checking out on how her plants are doing, and then in the course of doing all that, she gets to find out how my brother has poured all his githeri, because he pretends he's chewing and then puts it in his hand and then like puts it in his pocket and then anatupa huko nyuma. So githeri was a childhood memory. And then cha mama and cha baba was such a thing. Cha mama and cha baba. But the worst part of it is that when I was growing up, I never used to act like the child because I've always been a chubby girl or a bigger girl. So I was always given the role of acting like the mother, and then the mother is never given a good role to act like she's a good mother, or like she's like Go play with the water, play with the mud, play with whatever you want. Cheza na mchanga, eat that, eat this. The mother is always like somehow has such a cruel personality in the game. She's one of those people who is like, Musikule, I don't want you to see playing. I don't want to see you dirty. I don't want to see you doing this. I don't want. She never says yes to a lot of things. So I was always made to play that part. Yet I really wanted to act like the baby, you know? Eat this, play here, play there. You are now here being forced to have a husband who is just one of your friends. Tulikuwa tunaambiwa tulale mchana every single time. And this is to happen especially when we go to shags. Leave alone now that my grandparents are old, until now you can talk and say and be like, I know we are not eating this. We have a say. We have a bit of a say in her house. When we were younger, sleeping from 2 o'clock to like 5 o'clock was mandatory. It was mandatory for us to sleep. And then you're so young, hauna yo usingizi. So my grandmother would never understand ati hauna usingizi. So it was after lunch, you finish eating, direct to bed. Okay, have some water and then sleep. So sit in the bedroom and then we're busy talking. So my grandmother thinks we are asleep, but she's more clever than we are. Mind you, we're in class 3, class 4, class 5. So she knows these children are not asleep. So atapitia na side ya nyuma towards the bedrooms, side ya nyuma, and then where her plants are, she would come, tiptoe slowly, and then so the window is definitely opened. Tiptoe slowly, and then come and hear us talking badly about her, how she's kaziaing us, how we want to play kalongolongo, but she wants us to sleep. Alafu atakuja tu, mnafanya nini kama mtalala hapo? Nimwambia mlale. Kucheza mawe. Have you guys played mawe? I don't know. Labda mnaweza kuwa mlikuwa mabonta au you don't know what mawe was. Us, where we used to live, we used to play mawe. It was such a game. Kurusha hivi mwanaume at kurusha hivi mawe, and then you're like removing one. Ama remove many, return one. Remove many, return 2. Okay, remain with 2 and then return the rest. Rusha, remove, Rudisha, remain with 3, return the rest. It was such my first boyfriend. My first boyfriend when I was a bit, maybe let's say I was a bit older. I was like in class 6, class 7 apple, I think class 6. So we used to live in an estate called Harambe Estate. So there were these guys. One was called Isaac. I think they were twins or something. Isaac and someone else. And I think I used to like Isaac, or Isaac liked me. So I was like, hi, and then they were from the US. So I remember a point where we were like, yeah, so I like you too, nini. And then we had our bikes. We used to ride together, turn ride around the estate, and then we're just like there at the boyfriend, girlfriend. And I think within 2 weeks they went back to the US, and then I was just left there. Mata, hata sikuambiwa bye. Men are trash. Hata sikuambiwa bye. Nilifeel vibaya. That was my first boyfriend. Was he though? Yeah, maybe let's just say that was my first boyfriend. But anyway, I'd really like to know what are some of those childhood experiences you have from growing up, especially if you were born in the 90s and then now growing up in the early 2000s. What's an announced for 2020 wanaweza watch Peppa Pig? Since I took one of Peppa Pig, the only game you would play on your mother's phone was Snake Exhasia. The snake where you eat those 2 balls until you become so long that you end up eating yourself or something like that, and then the game ends. Or that game where you have a ball and then there are like some barriers or like some bricks of different lengths, so you like have to jump over one and then jump over the next one. that those were the only games you could play back then. But anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please comment down below on some memories that you have from your childhood experiences, and what excited you about your childhood experience, what really bothered you about it. Yeah, and I will see you in my next video very soon. It's a vlog that's coming up, and yeah, please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and please share this video with your friends and family as well. So I will see you later. Bye.